When people say you're bright, they usually mean you've got a lot going on up there. It's something you won't hear very often if you use drugs, because over time, drugs change your brain. And the more you use drugs, the more you'll want them. It's called addiction, and it's a disease that will waste your brain. Do the right thing. Do the bright thing. Keep your brain healthy. Be drug-free.
Good morning, Eagles. Welcome back to school. Today is day 2 of Red Ribbon Week. Today, we're too bright for drugs. So let's go ahead and get started. You know, there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of misconceptions out there about what drugs will actually do to your body. And there's always that guy in your class, that girl in your class. They might be sitting in your class right now that they're saying, oh, here we go again. Gissel's going to give us some more incorrect facts about drugs. There's what they're saying about drugs is not true. It doesn't do that to you. It's not real. Listen, you can take my word for it all you want. You can listen to that guy in your class who thinks he's smarter than all the rest of these individuals that are trying to tell you the truth about drugs. Do your own homework. Do your own research. Find out the truth about drugs, because a lot of times those guys that are telling you drugs aren't damaging to you and they're not that bad for you, well, a lot of times those guys either have misinformation or they are lying to you. Take a look at this video.
They said if I got drunk,
if I did coke,
I'd be one of the guys. They said meth would help me get through my exams.
they said sniffing glue was no big deal.
Totally safe.
I could party all night.
They said heroin would be the best high I ever had.
It would help me forget my problems.
He said he'd love me forever if I smoked crack with him.
They said I wouldn't get hooked after the first hit.
They said that Ritalin would help me focus.
They said weed wouldn't lead to harder drugs.
They lied.
They lied.
They lied.
He lied. Find out the truth about drugs.
Drugfreeworld.org.
Drugfreeworld.org.
So here's the thing, guys. We need you to be smart today. We need you to be smart about drugs. We need you to have all that information, and I want you to go do the research yourself. Look into it. Figure it out. Drugs do damage lives. Drugs do ruin lives. And I don't care if we're talking about things like cocaine or heroin, or if we're talking about something like marijuana. The bottom line is you can't argue the fact that even trying drugs could potentially lead to damaging and horrible things. And most likely it does. It doesn't help you get towards where you want to be in life. Nobody ever says, I want to live down on South Austin holding a cardboard sign on the street corner begging for food and begging for money. It starts with doing things like using drugs, using alcohol. When you don't use drugs, when you don't use alcohol, you definitely set yourself up for success, as opposed to when you do use the stuff, you put yourself at risk. Let's be too smart for drugs. Don't listen to that guy or girl in class who's saying they don't know what they're talking about and drugs are okay and it's not going to do anything bad to me. You're not invincible. You're not. You're just not. Drugs will damage you if you try to use them. Alcohol usage, it'll mess you up. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from alcohol. Today, we're too bright for drugs. Have a great day, Eagles.